Sunil Alagh, what do you think explains this? Because the numbers, as we just heard, are staggering. Close to 15 lakhs may have lost their job. 30% of restaurants closed. Why has the government not been much more proactive in providing more sort of direct support to this sector, which is in some ways like with aviation? I mean, these are the most vulnerable areas of the economy when you get hit with a lockdown.
Yeah, I think basically if you talk about hotels, if you talk about aviation, there are many industries like building of homes which have all been affected. There's no question about it that, look, this is all, and people have lost their jobs, and I'm all, in support of them. But when a big hotel chain like Hyatt closes down, then you have to ask the owners, because are they only having Hyatt Regency in Bombay, or are they having Four Seasons, and are they having that Hyatt in Kalina also? If they are making money, it's for the owners to plow in the money, the big guys. If you look at the Taj, look at ITC, they've been spending money and doing it. So then the big guys, you got to blame the owners. You can't blame the government alone. That's all I'm saying, is that, look, they must look after all the workers. But the smaller MSMEs is what I'm worried about, because nobody seems to be talking about them. When their restaurants are closing, when everybody is closing, then nobody seems to be concerned about them. And I agree with the gentleman Anurag when he was saying is that, look, the government is giving the money, but the banks are not. And therefore, unless the banks are mandated to give it, it doesn't mean anything. And I have always said right from the beginning, the government seems to be following for the last 2 years on sales law. Unless you have not just the hotel industry, any industry, when will they produce? Only when consumers tend to buy. When will they buy? Only when you put money in their hands. Now, agreed, the poor guys will spend whatever money you give them, they will spend on consumption. Therefore, if you have a good agricultural crop, and if you carry on with your infrastructure, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm just saying that they will carry on. But the middle income group and so-called, of course, the very, very upper, they don't care. But I'm talking about the middle income group. They've been left high and dry. They are spending more money. The savings rate are going down. The petrol prices are going up. Inflation is hitting them. So unless the government might say, and I agree with Anurag in saying you want to incentivize expenditure. How do you incentivize expenditure? Anyone spending on hotels, anyone spending on flights. You give them some incentive, whether it's in a tax form, or don't put money into their hands because they will tend to save.
Right.
Therefore, it's important that you incentivize expenditure. And I agree with Anurag on that.
Okay.
You have to incentivize expenditure.
That's the whole point. That's not happened. We've just seen loan scheme after loan scheme after loan scheme. And that's when you need something much more direct